Let's turn these into a super delicious side dish most people never even heard about.
And two bonus ideas in case you should happen to have any leftovers.
That's all we need. The onions, some butter. Usually you would use sour cream or creme fraiche. I don't have any, so I use some cream cheese and thin it out with some milk, pepper and salt. And I use caraway seeds, but you could use nutmeg, smoked paprika, whatever you fancy. Let's get started. They're peeled and then cut into about 1/4 inch slivers. Don't make them too thin or it will get a little mushy in the pan. This is good. You can cube them, but then it's harder to eat them with a fork. I like it, the sliver size. It's perfect. Then we need a nice big pan with a generous dollop of butter and some oil added so the butter won't burn on us. In go the onions. Let the crying start again. And we'll saute them until they turn translucent, a little bit on the caramelized side. So while the onions are sauteing, I whipped up the cream cheese with some sour cream, with some milk. That is gonna work just fine. Of course, it's easier to just open a tub of sour cream. Okay, these are perfect. See, some pieces have caramelized a little bit and the rest is soft. And they are no longer drawing water. That is good. We shut them off now and I let them cool off just a little bit. If you want to do this fancy, add a little spritz of white wine. It brings out the onion taste quite nicely. They're cooled off and now I'm adding my spices. In my case, salt, pepper, and caraway. But like I said before, choose what you like. I mix this up really good. And hey, this is the perfect Thanksgiving side dish to bring because many people are unfamiliar with it, but I would guarantee that most people love it as much as we do. And now you can add your sour cream now and then, taste it to see if it's seasoned good and you would be done. You can serve it up. But in my case, because we're not eating for another hour or two, I just prepared this and I will put it in a dish now and it'll go in the oven with a little breadcrumbs on top. There, all mixed up. It's so good. Like, I'm ready to eat, but I'm not. So I'll put the breadcrumbs on. You can also make this fancier. You could probably make a full dish with it. I'm sorry about the shadows there. You can make it fancier by adding some feta cheese or Parmesan. That would be good too. Oh, obviously onion and cheese are a good marriage. But I let this sit now and then it goes in the oven at 400 for 20 minutes. Here we go, out of the oven. The most delectable, easy to make, delicious side dish ever. Everybody should eat those. In our case, it's venison with chanterelle mushrooms and the creamed onions. If, in case you have leftovers, you can use it cold as a spread on a toasted bread. My favorite sourdough. It's so good. A little bit of cayenne to give it some zest. Delicious. Or you can turn it by reheating it, adding some cheese, and turn it into creamy cheese dip. If you make it only as a dip, this is the same recipe, but then I would recommend cutting the onions smaller. It's just easier to dip than the slivers. There we go. That was it. Thanks for watching.